How's it going, everybody? So let's just go over the latest prep that I have for this potential August 10th date. Now, I was born in 1961. If I knew people born, I was born July 6, 1961. Yes, tomorrow's my birthday. We don't celebrate birthdays, that stuff's pagan. But if I were to know people born 8/10/1961, their number is 156/88. And the 688 is reversal of the 86, or the 88 being 86th. Now, cut to the 156th prime number is 9/11. So you see the 156 prime number built in with the 88 for these people born August 10th, or any 8 combination in 1961. But we're specifically looking at August 10th, aren't we? So 156/88 does divide evenly by 37, like every 37 years, the prime number for the church, 1961, 1998. When it divides evenly, hey, it's my two favorite numbers, 42 and 24. See previous videos. 24 was always my favorite number growing up. I've shown you all pictures of that. I always had to have that 24 jersey. Come to find out a few years ago, Jesus is 24/24 in Strong's Concordance. Or 2/4/24. Is that Jesus signaling to us when it all begins? Because he does signal to us at the Olivet Discourse the end times. So I don't know. It's just a thought. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. And I'm just thinking out loud here. Um, so let's get over and take a look. Sorry, had that pulled up. I want to look at two different items. Here we go. Two different tabs that I've got open. A tornado hit our school in high school. I can show you that. I've got documentation for that. Tons of newspaper clippings. On May 8th, 1979, it was a year after somebody that I knew fairly well, and actually the cousin of somebody that was born August 10th, 1961. When this tornado hit our high school right before we graduated, to the rising date, when Sirius the Dog Star rises and potentially Satan possesses the body of this future Antichristos, you get the 168 for the reversal of 86. You get the 89, which we've shown you previous videos on this playlist. That's his number. Because 89 is in Donald Trump and Donald J. Trump in the Jewish Gematria. It's either 589 or 1189. Now, if we look at 1978, the year before when this person passed, okay. But anyway, personal ciphers there. And it ends with 98 in the days, and the 98th verse of Revelation is the white horse crowning Bible verse. So that one's super interesting. Um, I know somebody born on 5/24/79, may or may not be the son of the person born August 10th, 1961. And you run them to the rising day, and there's your 688 again, the reversal of the 86 on the rising day. Hmm. I know, right? It's crazy. Let's look at the Donnie Darko date of October 2nd, 1988 to our 8/10 event date. And the 10/8, the reversal or its mirror is built into it. 36 years, 10 months, 8 days. 10/8 again, no time to die date, October 8th, which October, octagon, octopus, October was once the 8th month, so it's really 88, as August is now our 8th month. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And Frank got shot in his right eye in Donnie Darko on October 30th, 1988. And when we run that to our potential right eye wound date, 322 begins the hours, but it's 13,433 in the days. Remember, 343 is 7 times 7 times 7. But most importantly, it's 36 years, 9 months, 11 days for 9/11 coded. That's a heavy 9/11 code right there. On the Frank right eye wound moment. Now, it all going down on 88, August 8th. There is a full moon on the 9th, which could be the full moon he rises up through, but we know he rises on the third day. So for me, August 7th is almost dead even with August 10th, but there's something about rising on the third day, rising when Sirius the dog star rises. That I pet goats rising up through that full moon might be a potential deception. Could be. I would then lean back towards the Mayflower of 2023, which iPet Go gives you, and say, which one is the bigger hit? 8, 9? It's 827 days, 2 years, 3 months, 4 days, or on 8/12 when Sirius rises. 2 years, 3 months, 7 days. We like that 37. I like that 830 better. But it's tough. If we look at the total solar for the death day, because Lily was a total solar when she delivered the flower full moon in iPet Goat, that total solar was on 4/20. Let's look at the two potential fake staged right eye wound days. It is a perfect 840 for August 7th. And let's look at August 10th. 843, 2 years, 3 months, 21 days. We go back and look at all of these total solars again, where the midpoint was Sirius the dog star rising in 2022 and was also the midpoint of two total lunars and two total solars. That's the big, 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 big day. And I want you to look. Yes, I'll tell you why it's 8/10. Do y'all remember the video I did yesterday when I was showing you um, the old Heliofont video that they took down? And it was titled, I think, MIV 1345. And if I were to go to, well, let's just see, it was Tom Jacks. It was this one, it was this video here. That was a close up where they, and of course his birthday is in the year 79, which is murder, and his birthday's on 7/11, which is all about Revelation 11:7, the beast rising. But we showed you in that video, look at the title of it down here. Um, it's MVI. What is MVI in Roman numerals? But then it's 1345. MVI 1345. And there's your 1345 from the total solar that begins this whole Sirius, the dog star midpoint of two total solars and two total lunars, August 12th, 2022. What is MVI in Roman numerals? What is MVI in Roman numerals? Well, that is your October 6th. Dr. Pepper 10246. Hmm. So I don't really know how to look at this. 1345 plus 106, 2351. Let's multiply it. Okay. Let's run our dates that we're looking at to October 6th of this year. I mean, that could be the abomination of desolation for all we know. It'd be 57 days from the event, 55 days from the rising. If we do it on the 7th, and July is a big month too. It's 60 days or 58 days. 58, the amount of bedrooms in Mar-a-Lago, 58, the amount of floors of Trump Tower. And that all goes back to me to that May 8th date that I was telling you about. That's a big date. Let's run May 8th this year to both potential events, 93, 91, 94, and of course 96 on the rising day. And 96 is that number that we love. It's taking something low and putting it out high. It does represent rising for me. Um, and it's also, let me see, 96 divided by 12. Yeah, it's 12 times 8, which is our date, 8 times 12. August 12th, 96, representing, again, rising. It always has, because when you look at the number 9, it's scooping up from the bottom, and then the 6th is then taking it and throwing it out of the top. So it's making things low and putting them high, the way it's structured. 52 sort of does the same thing, doesn't it? Look at Katrina, August 29th, 2005. When you run August, that's when it hit New Orleans. When you look at per the AI when it made landfall. When you look at 8/29/2005, on the rising day, it's 7,288. There's your 88. And on the 86ing day of the 10th, 7286. 19 years, 11 months, 12 days. So 9/11 is coded either way on either day. That's a big deal. The coming storm. There is a storm coming. We also need to look at Amsterdam. We might as well one more time look at the 2 total lunars and 2 total solars. Oh my goodness, there's your 1006. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The MVI. The MVI comes to 1006. So it's that last total lunar and the first total solar. What is the midpoint of those two? What is the midpoint of those two? December 4th, 2021 to 8, I'm sorry, to 11/8. Did I key that in right? November 8th, sure did. Just want to make sure before I get carried away here. Goodness gracious, where am I at? There we are. It's 339 days. It's 48 weeks, 3 days. We need a midpoint. 339 does not divide evenly, so we're going to go 340 divided by 2. 170 days. It'll give us that midpoint. It's May 23rd, 2022. It's the anniversary of a big day in my life. That's a 12-year anniversary. May 23rd, 2022. To today, it's 11:39. To the 8th, 2 days before that full moon, it's 11:42. Well, let's run it to our August 10th potential date. There it is. Jeez. It's 11:7 for rising in Mystery Babylon the Great. Revelation 17:5 fused together, but that's on the 86ing day, not the rising day. The rising day, that midpoint it's Revelation 11:7 for rising. 3 years, 2 months, 20 days, 322 code. 168 weeks, 68 is reversal of 86, 77 is Eve, 11 times 7, 11 and 7 are both in there. It's all about Eve, or in their world, the goddess, and in our world, the church. I really think I'm loving this August 10th date as number 1. That was a lot of mathematical gymnastics. If you look at last year, the opening ceremonies were on 7/26 for Antichrist in the English gematria, which is 6 times English ordinal, or 6 times simple gematria. This is where A is 6, B is 12. Antichrist is 7/26. It's 121 in the simple, or English ordinal, but this is just called English gematria. Opening ceremonies, July 26, 2024. So there it was. So if you run those opening ceremonies, 726 to the rising day. It's 1 year, 17 days for Revelation 11:7. 11:7 is coded 1 year, 17 days. It's also 12 months, 17 days. So there's your 121. 382 weeks. 38 is always death and murder. See previous videos. On the death day, it's 380. The closing ceremonies, if I'm not mistaken, were on 8/11 for 88. Closing ceremonies, August 11th, 2024. Yep, 88, August 11th. They did everything just perfectly, didn't they? So it was the day before Sirius the Dog Star rises, wasn't it? It was the last day of the dog days of summer. And you run it to the rising day, it's 366. 36 is Adam in the Jewish Gematria. 66, book of the Bible, of course, is Revelation. Trump's penthouse is 66 floor, and yet there's only 58 stories. So we see what he's doing there with that. Trump Tower, of course. I think this is part 7, by the way. But Trump Tower, of course, has 5 multiple addresses, 721 through 725 Fifth Avenue, when you Google that, which matches Daniel 721 through 725, or the horn is the Antichrist, if Trump is a horn. But I want you to look at 12 months, 1 day, of course, 121 Antichrist coded. I really do think this is our date. And see, Heliofont pulled that. We're the only people on the earth looking at this stuff this kind of way. For the will of the Lord. Praise the Lord. And this could be nothing. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Not one single bit. Not one single bit. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. It's 2 years, 9 months, 2 days, which is a palindrome. 332, 33 months, 2 days. 332 is the amount of days left in the year on Groundhog Day. This is really big stuff, isn't it? So the film Amsterdam, we haven't looked at that yet for this date. I don't think this was a 2022 date, which just seems like it's just such a big year for them. It's got Christian Bale, Margot Robbie. So it's got Batman. It's got Barbie, Chris Rock. Upon this rock, they build their satanic church. It's got Taylor Swift, Mike Myers, but Michael Shannon, who did There's a Storm Coming, which we should definitely look at his birthday. Oof, August 7th. That takes us back to 2 days before that August full moon. Well, they got us all over the place, don't they? August 7th or August 10th? August 7th or August 10th? Jeez. August 7th, 1974. August 7th, 1974. 186.33 on Sirius the Dog Star Day. 33 is a big number. 86, of course. 8631, or if you run it to the 7th, it's 18628. You'd be 51 years old. He screamed, "There's a storm coming." Uh, I forget what movie that is. Michael Shannon, "There's a storm coming" film. Take Shelter. Shelter from the Storm, the Bob Dylan song, or Gimme Shelter, the Rolling Stones song, is Shelter. Because Mystery Babylon, at their highest levels, will be sheltered in the mountains, in the caves, wherever. They've all got a place to go during World War III. So let's look at Amsterdam. It's got all kind of release. No, it's only got two. September 18th and October 7th. September 18th and October 7th. Now, if you look at it to the 86ing day, if it's August 7th, it's Trump's time of birth, 1054. That's a big tell. If you run it to the 10th, it's 1057. On the rising day, it'd be 1059. October 7th is the big release date on a Friday. On the 10th, on the 86ing day, there's your 138. If the 86ing day is on the 10th, that'd be 148 weeks, 2 days. 148 is Donald J. Trump in simple gematria, but there's your 1,038 days. 138 is Donald Trump in simple gematria. So you have 138 in the days, 148 in the weeks. So it's his name, Donald Trump or Donald J. Trump, in the simple gematria. It's also 34 months, 3 days. There's your 343 code, which is 7 times 7 times 7. Cleansing, church. If you run it to the rising day of the 12th, it's 148 in the weeks, 1,040 days. We know 40 is that biblical number. Jesus praying for 40 days. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, or the 40 years in the wilderness by the church. 40 is that big biblical number, and there's your 40 for the rising day when we'd be living in the book of Revelation in real time. Egad. Okay, definitely wanted to look at Amsterdam with everybody that's in that film. Film, Take Shelter. Let's close out looking at that. Okay. It's 121 minutes. 121 is Antichrist and Simple Gematria. It was at Sundance in January, just like Donnie Darko. This is going to be a big tell. January 24th, 2011. The other is September 30th, 2011 in the United States. Let's take a look at them. So on the rising day, you got Trump's birthday, 14 years, 6 months. He's born on 14th day of the 6th month. Most countries write dates, days, then months, then the year. We're the opposite. We're a month, day, year. It's also set up on pi, 5,314. This is all on the rising day now from Take Shelter. If you run it to the event day, it's 5312. His birthday with a 17. If we were to run it to the 7th, ooh, that's a big deal. It's his birthday in both directions, 14, 6, 14, 14 years, 6 months, 14 days. But it's the 867 5309. It's 5309 days. It begins with 86. Jenny. He could be going down on Thursday, August 6th, man. Rising on a Saturday to one up Jesus. It'd be 1 days in advance. But you go back to the 10th, it's 5312, 146:17. Man, let's look at the other date, 9/30, 2011. On the rising day of Sirius, it's 13 years, 10 months, 13 days. So it's like a palindrome of 13, 10, 13. It's another palindrome, 565 with the days, 5,065 days. 166 months, 13 days. 121 begins the hours. It doesn't matter. 121 is going to be in the hours no matter what. On the 86ing day, 121's in the hours. It's 13, 10, 11, 166, 11. If you run the rising day, and we didn't do the rising day of 8, 9 if he goes down on 8, 7 with the other Take Shelter. 14, 6, 16, 53, 11. There's your 311 code. Man, I'll tell you, this August 7th event, and I've got a playlist going for that too, don't I? We got the August 7th playlist right down here. It's got 12 videos. August 10th has 6 videos. July 5th, I can remove. What that only had 2 videos. What clued me into July 5th was it was the exact amount of days of the Jewish gematria for woe, which begins 11/17. Zechariah 11/17, and woe was in every single title of Wednesday. So we should look at Wednesday one more time. Again, 2022, November 23rd on a Wednesday. If you run it to Sirius Rising, it's a palindrome in the hours, 23832. It's a palindrome in the years, months, days, 2 years, 8 months, 20 days, 282. It's 322 in the months and days, 32 months, 20 days. So you see how we're getting mixed ciphers back and forth. You run Wednesday to the Zechariah 11/17 day. It's 2 years, 8 months, 18 days. 818 was the correct time on the clocks in Back to the Future, because remember the 7:53, they were 25 minutes behind, Doc said, and Marty said, "Oh, I'm late for school." Run Wednesday to the rising day. It's 990, 2817. Run Wednesday to the 86ing day if it was on the 7th. It's 988. There's your 88. We probably have that in that video. So 98th verse fused with 88. Remember, 98th verse is White Horse Crowning. So just lots of mixed signals all over the place. Go back to Take Shelter on the 9:30. Run it to the August 7th date. I don't think we did that. It's 13 years, 10 months, 8 days. There's your 10-8 again, or No Time to Die. It's double Antichrist in the hours, 121, 440. Look at the hours for Take Shelter. We're told to look at the hours because of the movie, the very highly acclaimed movie, The Hours. Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman. It's a big Oscar movie. You got double Antichrist. You got 121, 440. Antichrist is 121 in simple gematria and 440 in the Hebrew Jewish gematria. It's 1386 of a common year. I've shown you on page 1386, which is 138, which is his name in simple gematria being 86th. That's in my dad's Bible that I do my Bible studies out of at Trey Stokes Daily Bible Studies. The Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse. That alone is really telling you that the event is going to be August 7th. In the dog days of summer before Sirius rises. You'd rise up through that full moon of 8-9 on the third day. And 3 days after that, Sirius rises. I'm going to put this video in both playlists because there's just absolutely too much going on for both. Eight six seven 5309. Let's take a look at it. Jenny 867-5309. We'll close out this video with that. Well, that's kind of perfect. November 16th, which is Maggie Gyllenhaal's birthday. 4 years. She would have turned 4 years old if that's her actual birthday. It's the Eve. She represents Eve. She's female on the eve of 11/17. She's the only person alive who starred in both The Dark Knight and Donnie Darko, both movies about Donald's darkened right eye. November 16th, 1981. Let's take a look at it. November 16th, 1981. $159.73. 383 begins the hours. Of course, that's going to be all throughout. So it's 43 years, 8 months, 22 days. Or 43 years, 8 months, 25 days. Either way, you have your 38 coded. 138 begins the seconds on either day. Nope. 1379. 383 begins the hours no matter what. very, very difficult to try to figure all of this out if you're trying to pin down the day. But I'll tell you what, that MVI 1345, that's the one that lands on August 10th. That second total lunar and that first total solar. That is just mind blowing when we came across that. Is it not? All right. Love y'all.